All right, I hit the record button. She is recording. It ain't pretty. I don't have all the sidebars, but everything you're seeing. Well, shit, I'm not sharing anything yet. Where did you go? You're over there somewhere. This is going to be interesting here. Let me do this. Chrome tab. This one, share. Market opens in 333. All right, I got you over there. I got the Geiger counter, turning off brigade. I got his numbers. I got up Matt. I got up Mike, and I got up. Pat's trying to make 20 grand today. If he makes 20 grand today, he gets a 300K payout. Not a bad quarter. I'm only going to listen to Matt today. I've convinced myself reading all the discords last night. That's what I fell asleep on the couch doing. The new stuff's going to have it more described for your entries and everything, because he just says around about here right now, and you have to go into Discord and mark out the charts, and that's not clearly explained. Only because I hadn't done all 20 classes, or I ain't done them where I've listened or paid attention to them. I guess I did the summaries. I'm going to start Monday and do all 20 days. Mainly, I've been working. I'll send you all of my background work. I have everything it takes to be able to log into CME, and I'm waiting on quotes from TradingView. As you know, my fear with him is if he gets killed in a car crash and you only learn how to trade his way, what you going to do? Because no one else is doing it. But I want to be at the bottom, and maybe this is the ground floor of how day trading could be easier. He certainly knocks it out of the park, and his shit works. All right, so we're going to trade on this tab. I got all 5 accounts loaded, or I got another set of 5s loaded. Try to get these to hopefully I can get them all 500 bucks green today, and then that'd be 10 total. And at that, well, we've got 5 at around 1400, and that are 5 days in. So hopefully I can have 10 accounts. You can only trade 5 Tradeifys. I didn't know that. I got 10, and you can only trade 5. But like Apex, Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures. Oh, here's the bell. Let's see what we got. Dropped at the start, so everyone that longed. Yeah, let's see. We don't have any maps yet. No resilience, no DD bands. Let's see how long. Yeah, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. This is the crucial first minute. We're waiting on DD bands to populate. He's talking about it. Still nothing in. Come on, let's redo this chart. Oh man, TradeEvade is not pulling up. Let's see here. What's going on? I can't pull out ES. All right, I'm just going to stay with NQ. Take my lot size down to 5. That's 1 per account. All right, DD band 7.7. We're positive resilience. Everything's looking good. 7.6 resilience 7.6. Refresh the map. All right, I'm not going to take it until we get a volume spike to the up on the Geiger counter. I'm going to take it though, but right now we got that little flat top. I'm going to go ahead and put my order in right here.
Okay, so we're looking at liquidity pocket setup. So you're bouncing monthly hedge pressure, bouncing hedge pressure. S&P is 97 to 98. Heck, there we go.
All right. Let's see what we got here. I need to do this so I can just see it. I'm still recording. I'm 5 minutes in, pumping out 30 frame rates, using 0.4 of my CPU for this recording, which would be almost double that. So I'm going to be good on 1%. We are watching the NQ.
So we have basically the pocket at the same spot. Let me just put it right here. Okay. So watching NASDAQ, we have every single time QQQ pocket setup here.
Nothing right now. It's really Modane, isn't it? I'm not inclined to go long. He said yesterday that Tyler, who has started to stream, uses a combo of his system and a combo of his and then technicals to have an enhance. And that's what I want to do is like right now, it's still selling. It's in his pocket. That's why he's only hitting it with one. Whereas if you're looking at Pat right now, Pat is waiting on the breakout. And I like that because then if we get the breakout, that's momentum. And we also would be in a line with the hedge pressure and the liquidity maps. And so it should be double whammy to hit it and then watch the Ashi. Then we'll hit it and we'll watch the Ashi. I'm gonna change this to a 2 minute. We'll watch the Ashi on 2 minute for escapes. But right now, I'm waiting for a flat top break. Like we're in the bottom of the recession, this zone here, this channel. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and put my order in. I really want to break up about right there, and I'm gonna buy 5. And then if it breaks down below here, I'm going to put my stop in. So I got my stop in, I got my orders in, and I'm gonna wait for it to trigger. I want it to break out there.
Listen, you can see on the right side of the screen, if the number is green on the top, it's a long. If it's 1, if it's a red, it's a short. You gotta pay close attention when I tell you when I'm shouting it. Come on, hang in there. Hold the pocket. Okay, we'll check SPY really quick. This is liquidity pocket. This is one of my favorite setups here. SPY just has a bull zone all the way to bear zone. We have a sandwich trade on SPY, 98 to 601. So 30 points from half gap on SPY as well for a sandwich. I like a liquidity pocket way up here at the top.
Not filled yet.
Beautiful, beautiful. So basically just long liquidity advantage we get. Okay, so 20 points from here. We have pocket and half gap, which is going to be.
And I'm doing NQs. I couldn't get the ES to work. And now they're trading the SPYs. I'm triggered. I am in the trade. $600 down. I have a stop in. I'm letting her run. So I'm going to switch back to the Ashi candles on 2s, and I'm going to go until we get a doji. I'm not even going to look over there at it. So, oh, you're not seeing us. So I'm going to hang in this. I'm hanging here. So what we did was we took a flat top break, which is one setup. We're hunting the liquidity maps over to half gap on our rocket scooter. So we're taking that half gap bounce to the top DD band. And it already hit my stop. But that's all I could do. Damn it. $500 loss across the board, $1,400 loss. So that's not working, not with that small of a stop loss. That sucked balls. Let's regroup. I'm going to get back in. Let's look for a pullback. That's all we can do. 14. I'm trying all these new setups and managing this shit here. Right back to where it's supposed to be. Ain't that suck? That sucks, man. All right, I'm going to wait for a pullback. Let's just see. What are we doing? Oh, I don't have the counter on. Damn it. I didn't have the sound on. I want to wait until it's moving. And I had him on ES because I was setting up for ES. All right, I got the Geiger counter on the right one now. We're in the hole now. What the fuck? How did it get that stop? It shouldn't have went that far. All right, I'm on a solve. I'm locked out. I've got it set to 1200. It's over. All right, I'm in. I had to turn some of them off. We are in. Let's roll. I had to take it down to 3, so 2 of them. Why would it take that? We're in, and I watched it go from 250 down to 40, down to minus 40. I'm not showing it to you. Here we are. We're in with just 3 contracts over 3 accounts. For some reason, I must have set the soft stuff on my end. I probably screwed it up. I'm letting this one go. This is what I want. I just want to be in a runner today. And it is running. I'm not going to sell it. Not going to sell it. I'm going to do what I was going to do on the first one, and that is I'm going to wait for the Ashi to give us a doji. I got in here, and that tail right there whipped me for $1,400 loss. Let's divide it over 5 accounts, but still. Looking good. Man, it's jumping all around. It's hard not to take this small profit, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my guns here. I missed it. I got in right here, Tim, and I guess I got wicked. I set it below the. I don't know how this happened because I got in right here. It must have had a wick, but I put my stop below the previous pivot just in case that, so early. This before the 15-minute breakout, and so I'm really just trying to cheat the 15-minute breakout. I need to figure out a spot to add here. All right, 320 to the good in each account right now. He got in early. I'm watching it go the other way. I'm going to stay and see if this Ashi deal works, although it is starting to roll over on the Ashi. What a hell of a day to record. Man, I'm going to get stopped out of this too.
Well, the good news is I'm about $100.
Good deal.
On my spot sale, so
Nice. Up $100 on Tim's side. Glad. right, I added 2 more per contract. We're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. Pulling back. Now, I left 320 per account on there. I'm trying something different. I'm trying not to be that guy with 10-second in trades. It may or may not work. We're going to find out what my style really is, one way or the other. Can't believe that one candle right here. Here was my entry, and I got wicked out right there, and look what I missed. Just a little bit late, and now it's rolling over on the second trade. So I'm not going to say I FOMO'd it, but I certainly got in late. I'm in late because of that candle right there. Look at that candle. Flush me right there. Look at that run I could have had. And this is what I'm trying to catch. I don't want to just catch it from here to here. I'm trying to catch all of them. Down to, basically clicking around $100, $200. I'll show you. 180, 200, 320, 500, 460, but I'm going to let it run. I'm letting it run. I'm sitting on my hands here I'm sitting on my trade here. 560, 500, 540, 700. If it gets to 1,000, I'm going to clear my position. 520. Damn, this is so hard. I cannot tell you how hard this is. This is fucking hard, man. But this is what makes traders. We'll get a 15. We're at the top of the range. Should I take half off? I probably should just sell 3. Right? Can't now. Look, it's already back down. So I had 520, didn't hit the button. I had 700, didn't hit the button. Now she's coming back. Let's see what happens. If I get up there again, everybody's saying the market's trying to sell. I'm going to just get on out. Come on, get up there. She's pushing. Pushing our way. No, she ain't. She went the other way. If we get a spike, it's gonna take my account out. And there's my doji. I should be getting out right now. I have the doji on the Ashi. Here comes the selling. Fuck, man. This is crazy. What we're trying to do here today is crazy. I tell you, it's crazy. Still recording, 8 minutes in. Let's see if that's all of it. Come on back up. Let's have a run. RSI is selling down. If it's give us a second attempt, I'm gonna buy 3 more. Order filled. Selling right now. Rejection of the 15-minute. So that's why Pat is sitting on his hands right now. He wanted to see the opening range breakout and said we're pulling back into the range. He's going to stop me out. I'm down $1,000 in every account right now. Might have to reload these. Definitely rolled over an Ashi. I should have took the 520, so that's what we're learning here. When we got that doji, we could have took 500 to 600 bucks out, and that's times 5 accounts. And now we're hoping this will pull back. I added 3 more on this pullback to try to do CDA, dollar cost averaging. Man, this is hard. My mind's telling me, why not take out, the first time I was at 320, I let it ride. And it stopped me on my own stop. And then now I have no stop in place. I'm going to let it go to the hard stop of the account. So it's going to cost me $48 for each of the accounts. That's what your rebuy is with your rocket code. So I could have got out of the first one, but here's what's happening. I've been journaling, right? And I'm getting out, and those guys are running, like to thousands of dollars in the exact same trade that I got in. You know my MO. We get, $100 out, we get out and watch the damn thing run. I'm tired of that. I want to figure out how to be in the runners. I was hoping my first experience just holding through seeing some profit wouldn't be like this. That's it. So I just got stopped out. I just hit max loss all accounts. Well, that's that. Let me go to each one. All right, let me turn on. All right, no, they're not. Hang on a second. Let's just wait. I got, for some reason or another. So these are not dead. These say they hadn't traded. So how can that be? I just did them. See, I'm having a video game problem because that should have done max loss. Account 2 should have done max loss. Account 3 did. Account 4 did. Account 5 did. So what did I do? All right, so what I need to do, once pulling back, we're oversold. Let me just do this. Let me go.
Dude, I just bought the sweet skip on Circle. 207, it's already bounced back to 211. That's getting back up to VWAP. Sell, make an extra
Nice.
$50.
Nice. That's nice. We are selling. We pulled back hard right there.
$5 winner.
All right, let me see here. What do I want to, what did I do? Let me go to manage groups.
Man, it has got VWAP is 222. That could be a big one.
I got you. I know what I did. I didn't put them in there. Okay, so all I got to do is pick the June, which is picked, and select one. All right, people. This is learning the video game aspect. All right, I got 2 teed up now. We're just going to start with the 2. 0 losses in those 2. So I blew 3 of them, so that cost me 3 times $48 trying to stay in a trade. But I'm going to journal. You saw the first one, I had 320 in all accounts, which has only been 3 accounts, not 5. Now I'm just now learning. So at date stamp, it's at 8:36. It was 8:36 and 8:41. That's the 2 dates I'll go back on replay. And I should have taken one contract off when I had a couple. I'm only trying to make $500. I could be done right now with 500 at all accounts, trading the way I traded. But then I didn't even follow the ASHI. I was so late on getting it. As soon as we got to here, I was in there after I got stopped out. Let me show you. I got stomped out right here. So I got in. I didn't get in early. The market people sent this candle to me. That tail right there. The trend was still up. I got right back in, and I didn't get out here. But this one here had made 300 account. This one got to 700 account. Could have closed those 3 down, but I wouldn't have known it wasn't all 5 accounts at that point. I've only just now figuring that out. We start from scratch on these 2 accounts. We'll trade these 2 the rest of the day. And I'm going to hit them for 2 accounts. I can do 3, so that's 6. Buy 6 each time. It divides it between the 2 accounts. So let's just wait. Let's go back to Rocket Scooter. It's already hit the half gap. I've missed it too. Dicking around with the accounts. Here's where I got stopped out. Right here on an anomaly. And then I made this run, and I was waiting for the ASHI to switch on the other chart. I didn't switch over to it. And then that was like $600-700. Didn't get out. Stopped out here, and now I've missed this run. I've missed the bottom of the HG of the HD. So I'm going to switch over to the break of the 15-minute. Well, we're at the bottom of the channel now. This is a great place to probably add. This should be a great place to add. So I will buy at the break of this previous candle. Let's see when this one closes. We got 48 seconds. 48 seconds, and we'll make sure we don't break down or up. I'm going to go tee it up on the charts. I'm going to put a buy order right there, buy 6. Order rejected. What is going on? So it's not letting me buy, but these accounts were not hit. It's only letting me do 1 per. I don't understand that. What do I have settings-wise that limits me? We're trending down, so I'm taking those orders off. All right, I'm just going to wait now. Let's mark out our 15-minute high and low. It's already marked out for us, it looks like. There's a 15-minute candle. Mute that mic because it's recording all that on my end, bro. Thank you. Man, we're selling off. So it's been missed. Matt's now going to pull the plug. How is he able to ride that out if he's using the same? That's what I mean. I catch him on this stuff. How could he be trading the exact same accounts with us with a $1,500 drawdown, soft breach during the day, and he is still in the same trade with this much rollover with one NQ? Just the math does not work. I don't want people don't say anything to him about that. Or is he trading with a lot bigger buffer? That's probably what he's doing. I hadn't thought about, and that's unfair advantage. I mean, not that he can't do it, but I can't. Yeah, that's what he's doing, Tim. He is trading with an account that has a lot of profit in it, so you can lose your own money. I mean, it's still ripping. I don't know what he's talking about. MHP's way down there. What is he trading? Do we have an inversion today? We do. All right. Let's just see. I'm going to be a player here in a second. Let's just get a turn. If we get an Ashi turn and everything else lines up, we're way above VWAP, way up there. What is he talking about MHP? Unless his charts ain't right, because MHP, we're way away from MHP. Look how far we are away from MHP here, gang. And he's talking about if we break MHP. So like, if my chart's off, everything's in real time. I'm at 956, 956. Everything's at 7. All my time frames are lined up, but I'm not seeing it. We're nowhere near. We're 532 to. Well, it just looks like it's a long ways. We are flirting with it. The line just looks a long ways away. It's 531, and we're trading at 533.32. So it's still a good ways away. Or it's letting me do 4. I'll clear that. I found a cheater way to do this. And if I do 5, is that an uneven multiple? It let me do 5. I don't understand that. How could you do 5 and you only have 2 accounts? Something ain't right. Something ain't right bad. Let me see here. Let me go to manage groups. Let me take everything back out of these groups. Save it. Okay. And then let me go to the other one, all 5 June. Take all that out. Taking all of that out. Save it. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in here to June. And it put them back over there on its own. How? Why? Something's definitely wrong with Tradify. It won't let me delete anything. I'm having some video game issues over here today, Terry. My recording's working great. It's a $150 recording. But my Tradify is not working right. My accounts did not all sync. I bet you I'm not allowed to trade that many for that many. I don't know. I wonder, I was under the assumption, Tim, I was under the assumption that that it was per account. It may be that you can only trade so many total, and therefore it only populated 3 of them. I'm at a loss here. I know what I will do, though. I know it takes 5, so let me just see. It's holding 5. I'm going to make a new group. Let me show you how to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not on the right one. I'm going to go to Manage Groups. It will. Yes, thank you. I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to say Test 2 accounts. Okay, and I'm going to drag over 1 and drag over 2. They're brand new. Save. Okay. And now you come over here and you have to select one of the ones that's in the group. And then you have to select the group you want to trade. So now I should be able to trade 3 in each. That means it'd be 6 total. So I'm going to tee up 6 to get in and out. And then now I'm going to look for trades. So coming off the bottom on RSI, on Rocket Scooter was still curving down. I don't understand this. This is weird. Something just ain't right. My times are lined up. All my times are lined up. We're just at the open and range low here. Trading view. Maybe we got to pull all the way back to VWAP. Shallow line VWAP. Maybe we got to pull all the way back to VWAP. Who knows? I'll touch my screen. Got a little sticky note up there. Touch my screen so it won't time out. Yeah, not the best day to try to test shooting the first video for this part of address optional. Now we wait. Now we wait. Opening range box. That's an indicator. New York opening range high, opening range low. We're trading below the opening range low. Trading below the green line 5 MA, the red line 10 MA, and the blue line 25 MA. Trading below all of them.
Man, I made some money on Circle.
Did it bounce? Or did you short it?
No, I bought it at 207, and it had a big old bounce. I think it's at 227 right now. I think I cashed out at 222.
Holy moly, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
see how much I made. $75
Nice.
on that trade, and it's just I could have stayed. I just picked it to get VWAP, and it actually shot over VWAP.
VWAP's so powerful, it's a great indicator.
Yeah, I'm just I'm not gonna be greedy. Just be smart about it.
Yep. Matt is saying that at Rocket Scooter, it caught him off guard. Well, it was your 90% setup that failed? I'm on a 10% day over here, Terry. 10% day.
So I'm having a decent day. I'm up 356.
That is a great day. You should quit. Go to paper. You got a $500 day coming. We're just getting started. All right.
It's just an interesting market. It's really bad. So I'm trying to buy an Palantir back. I saw some this morning. 141.50. 138.50. Tesla's acting weird too. 332 drops at 324. It's just kind of chopping around there.
Yeah.
Order filled.
All right. So
TNA had a dip of 31.25. VWAP is 31.54. 31.54.
what is your options right now? Can you make any money buying them back?
Now, I covered calls. No, I guess I actually am in the money a little bit on that TNA 29 call. Not enough.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, I'm just micro scalping my way to try to get this money back. $155 in these accounts. Here's where I keep, when you do trade evade, you'll keep it all right here when you start doing your props. This is what it'd be on your screen. Should be a break here, but we got mixed emotions from everybody. Matt is bewildered. Pat's still waiting. She's going to keep selling. She's going to keep selling. It's almost like something's going on and people know about it. We're not in on it. Let me check some news. So the Dow up 230 points as Fed signals July rate cut. Where did that come from? 38 minutes ago. Trump demands special prosecutor for Biden 2020 election. And Russia to boost military and tech cooperation with allies. But the two big ones is going to be, when did the Fed signal that? Is that going to be Fed Watch? Let's see if I can corroborate that. said it's a weird day. You think? You think? Yeah, everybody's now saying what could be the news. If the Fed signals a rate cut in July, that means we should rip today. Here's the news article. I'm dropping it in WhatsApp. You're welcome. There it is. Dow up 230 as Fed signals July rate. And look at them. Yeah, Baja. Crude down 2.5. That would have been a good play, but you never know if it's going to keep going up with the war. But that was probably a good play to buy some puts. Hindsight 2020 stuff. He said he's still holding on because it should hold. How could he still be in those trades that I got stopped out of twice? The only explanation I got is that he could, I'm talking about Matt at Rocket Scooter, he could be trading with the account that has much more drawdown than the accounts I'm trading with. I'm trading with the cheapest accounts for the practice aspect. Matt over there. Nothing to do right now if you're a bull, and if you're a bear, you'd be FOMO. You've already missed it. I did those two little pop-down scalps, just my old school way of doing it, 155 across the accounts. After commissions, 108 per account, so $216. So I'm down to $1,200 loss, in other words.
Yeah, Jim, I gotta thank you on that turtle trade. I was watching the candles. It was dropping like a rock. Like, okay. And then I started seeing the green candle come, it's like, hey, this might be a time, and it bounced.
I love that, man. That's what keeps you coming back. That's what keeps you coming back after a flat tire and running out of gas on the last lap, is remembering those victories. Yeah, mine was perfect, though. I had, like Matt is saying, this is so unusual. This didn't run up there. And this is the day. This is the day I decided I'm going to stay in these trades and not let a little pullback scare me. And I'll watch 500 and 700. I'd have been done after the 500. Now we know that I was only in 3 accounts, but that still would have been $1,500. Look at this candle. I'm still in disarray with this candle that got me. This candle right here. I'm in right here. And look at that candle right there. It took out it took out 3 previous candle lows. And those are 2-minute lows. So that's a huge, I'm on a 2-minute chart. That was a huge flush. Then it kept going. And then I got stopped out again here. I thought, okay, well, that's okay. Remember, we saw 600 or 700 right in here. Saw 400 or 500 right in here. And I didn't take it. Normally, I'm doing 250 at a time. That's 250 times, well, it'll be 3 account. It's still $750. Me. Got a lot of notes and thinking to do about how I'm going to refine my strategy of what my threshold is. That's what just wipe your whole account out if you own real money. Or if you own your live account. Oh, wait, look at this. My chart is still set up for the micro. What the hell are you doing, Jim? I'm disembogulated today. All right. Pat was down 8. I'm going to do the regular crossover here in a minute. I was on the wrong chart all morning. Okay. This is a hell of a first recording. One hell of a first recording. I'm managing the stream and I'm managing the meeting. 47 minutes in, everything's looking fine on the recording. She's looking just fine. Something's going right. I will use this one to make some videos. I'm going to make 30-second shorts. I'm making notes about charts, timing, stop loss. I put my stop loss below the previous 2-minute candle, Tim, which I would never let it go even that far. And hell, it went that far. Kaboom. But if I didn't have a stop, I'm not sharing the tab. If I didn't have a stop right here, if I didn't have a stop at all, that run would have been just a beautiful run. But I was going to play it by the books and put my stop behind the previous candle's bottom wick. And look, it got me by that much. All right. Let's check everything and see our market biased. We're down to 64 on DD. I like for that to be above. I like for the Doomsday to be above 7.0 myself. They trade longs only if it's above 5.0. Resilience is negative on the S&P and way negative on NASDAQ. So S&P has more resilience right now than NASDAQ, but I'm going to stick with NASDAQ because I can't run all the different charts. I'm going to stick with NASDAQ for today. Qs are down at the monthly hedge pressure. So if we lose this, we're going to be looking for doing some shorts because there's nothing for a hell of a run. So I wish they had an indicator, and I'm going to work on this, that would convert the QQQ price and where we could put it on the charts for the futures and know exactly where those pivot points are. Back to the lows. I'm not going to take anything else in this actual prop account that's not golden. So if I just feel the urge to trade, I'm going to trade the paper account. Unless I see something. I wonder if I could change screens on this OBS. I got to learn this stuff. Like if I could have 2 screen sources, like 2 monitors. Let me just try that. Let me do this. So let me go to display capture. Let me call it AO SCR2, AO screen 2, and then OK, and then not automatic, do automatic, and select it to capture. Select the little one. All right. And then can do OK. Oh, wow. So it allows me to have them on both, but it's like everything is everywhere. I don't know what to do. I think what I could do is just do this and that one. Do this. Move this one over here. I think I got it figured out here. And then my charts could go a little bit bigger. All right, it's going. I don't know where it's going, but it's going. All right, here comes the rip. I missed it. Work messing around with the feed, but that's okay. It's too late now. All right, we got declining volume. Let's look at our charts trading view. We do have We're way above the VWAP, so that just tells you we got strength. There's a VWAP. We're getting our first green candle down here of volume, right? On the ASHI, we're getting a little doji. We're starting to get some turnaround here on our absolute momentum. We did get a green over red crossover, so everything looks up, and we never got to the mid part, to the mid range of our momentum, so we still got resilience. Let's go over here to Rocket Scooter. Rocket Scooter, 64 on our Doomsday. Still got negative res, both S&P and NASDAQ, showing negative resilience. So we basically got a bunch of mixed signals. Monthly hedge pressure is holding. Pat went in again. This is weird. This is weird. I don't know that I want to do any more damage. Well, let me see. I can make. We're in Chop City. We're in Chop City. So if you look here on the 2 minutes on the ASHI, let's change that to ones. All right, we're going to change this to ones. We want to see a breakout of this range on ASHI, which is a break of this range. Let's turn this into a flat top, flat bottom breakout play for scalping. And so what we'll do is we'll go to Tradeovate. We'll crunch this up a little bit, and we will put us in order. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Mute yours for just a second. I'm getting like a regurgitation thing. Thank you. Yeah, I was getting a wah, 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 and it was getting, the frequency was getting faster. I guess maybe we're in a loop. Me back to you, back to me. I think it's when we're listening to the same thing, it starts redoing it. No, I don't watch them. Oh, okay. I should start doing some of that. I will. I want to learn this prop house stuff, and then I don't mind doing the. I used to just do the gappers. Just watch the gapper. Let me show you the gapper. Interesting. We got it going over there. It is recording. I hope. Everybody has lost today. Pat is lost. He's down 10. Matt's down 5. I'm down 1,200. I've got 200 back. Oh, man, it's selling, right? I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I want to see a breakout of this range here. So let's go over here. Now let's go ahead and call it a 5-minute range. And look at these wicks. Yeah, the battle is real today. That's right. She is selling. Getting a little bit of selling here. Yep, she is selling. That Pat is getting stopped out on his third trade. There's that bottom break. Filled. All right. I took out another little bit of money. 245 on the accounts now, 4 trades, playing it in my normal. I did not have to get out of that, but this is an absolute scalp, just the way I do it. I think I should have been in a semi-scalp mentality earlier, and I should have taken 2 of the 4 off at around the $300 mark and then done the same thing at the $500 mark, which is what I'll do in the future. I'll write a note here. Yeah, you got to show the green days and the red days, Pat Whelan. He's right. Over at the BDH. That's a good play right there. But I'm not going to FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. I took out a nice little scalp there. Very little risk. Using the Geiger counter. So over here using the book map that's provided by Alex, TWB in real time. You can see a timestamp right there, 10:25, 9:25. That's because that's New York time and I'm Central, but it's directly in time. You hear that Geiger counter, what we call it, going off. You look for the volume, which direction, and you see if you got a play that happened to be a flat bottom breakout of these 1 minute candles. So if you look right here where we're talking about those wicks, the break of that wick, kaboom, there goes VWAP. VWAP on the NASDAQ has been taken out. That also would have been a way to add. So if I had any balls, I would have stayed in from here and rode this all the way down. And then at VWAP, I would have added more contracts and then trimmed some position. So that would have been in reverse. What I'm going to be thinking about doing as I go through my trading journal and try to rechange my brain on what happens. There is a saying, right, Tim? See profit, take profit. And maybe this was this was the wrong day to test my nerves. Thank God for prop accounts. That's what they're for. It's totally different than paper trading. It's just not the same. Not the same at all. Got to put money in. Okay. Look here. We had a sell signal when that would have been awesome. I'm not showing it to you. Look at this, Tim. There was a sell signal from this opening range break. I found an indicator that does what I do, and then I don't have to keep watching it. It tells you when to buy based on the break. So when this candle closed, that means it closed below, and that's with a sell signal. And this is for longer swingers, but obviously you sold anywhere in this candle, and if you did your size to be your stop at the top of that wick, you're still making a buttload of money right there. That was a great play. I didn't see it. Mainly because I was on the S&P on this chart because I thought I was going to trade the minis. And then over here on Tradeovate, when I started a new tab like this, and I went mini ES, and it pops up, there's the U, that's what we should be on. But when it comes up, it didn't give me a chart. It gave me this. And I didn't got time for tech support to do that. So I went back in here, and I did it again, MES. And I just picked, MES, and I picked the top one, and look, it gives me this kind of a chart, but that's not the contract that we're on. So I didn't know what to do, so I just closed it out like that, and I stuck with the NASDAQ. But all that's happening while I'm scrambling with the OBS, so I probably got a little discombobulated. It does, right? So we should have a nice pullback. Should have a nice pullback right here to the 15 EMA. Let me see what everything else looks like. Back down to a 45-second chart. Definitely bouncing off of VWAP nicely. I'm going to go ahead and take a small trade. I'm going to take a small trade if we start getting upward volume spikes and these contracts sitting out of here start to show more green. Then I'm going to take it long. So long as it doesn't get too far away from me on price action. Still not closed above the 10 MA, so this is just a baby 45-second reversal. Certainly could get to the 25 and roll right back over. So I'm going to just hold what I got. We're certainly in a downtrend since the opening. Clear downtrend since the opening. You can see my channels I got here. Downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. That doesn't mean the break of the VWAP wasn't a quick scalp. I'm just trying to protect what I've got in those accounts now, which is $245 profit on 4 trades. Average trade time 14 seconds. Longest trade time 44 seconds. But we broke MHP. Technically, when you break MHP on the rocket scooter, and once you actually break it where a candle closes below it, like right in there, like that. Uh-oh. I just messed that up. Let me reset my chart. Right there, the break right there, but that was the short. So a lot of these things are indicating the same thing. We just got Pat and Matt are driving everyone to the long side today, and they keep losing. I lost along with them. Now I've done 2 shorts and 2 longs to make my profit. I've been going both ways. But here we go. Let's see if the VWAP wants to hold. We get any momentum, but we still are a long ways away from the bottom of the opening range. We're way below the opening range. Opening range is like 22,040. 040 opening range, top of the open range 132. So I'm going to be a player though if we stay above VWAP and over here, it's like right here, if we stay above VWAP, if we get some volume, we start. I really want to see it get above the 25 period moving average too. Or I'm gonna be thinking shorts. I have no bias right now. My bias going in was wrong. Market stinged me, although I made an error. Still got on my video gaming, still stung me. We're hearing a lot of F-bombs from Matt and from Pat. I'm having to turn them down a little bit. Yeah, short the dips. He's right. Short the dips. You can go ahead and print whatever you need to print, babe. Well, I was not going to drink any dark liquor today, Tim. No, she won't let me. I'm not allowed this week. I had a run on Father's Day. Let's put it that way. I told you about it. I can only sip it if I have like one shot too many, like 1/2 shot too many. It crushes me the next day. Whereas vodka sodas don't. It's probably because I have all the soda in the vodka and I don't have any fruit juice in it. I just drink vodka soda with a little splash of lime juice, and that's probably why the hangover is probably potentially less. Right, Terry? I drink bourbon, man, like ice water. I mean, I've been a neat bourbon drinker forever, dark liquor drink forever. Let's see here. Now, when Tim comes, we're going to crush it when Tim gets over. We're going to keep it sane though. We're going to keep it sane. We're going to use Uber. We'll be right. By Uber, I mean your Mini Cooper. We'll have our hands up in the back of that dude. We'll be in the back of that Mini Cooper. You have it or you're getting it? No, I mean, are you getting the taxi thing?
No, it's coming. It went supposedly it launched in
Austin?
Austin, but they're having problems.
Okay. I just saw, though, where your city, you already get Walmart drone deliveries, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Because they added that to Houston, Tampa, Orlando, and Jacksonville. I see that they opened up a bunch of more markets.
Yeah, it's like a really long. It's got probably at least 8 sellers on it.
Wow.
But it only doesn't carry very much. But I think the Walmart overlords are using that so they can bomb us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hey, Israel blows up beepers. Why can't we conceivably think that Chinese could blow up their Chinese drones that fly all around our cities? I have often thought about that. I was like, this is catcher in the rye stuff, man. Nothing right now. Look at the volumes going down to like lunchtime. Under 2 million on your futures. If you look over here on your heat map, book maps, the heat map, and time and sales, contracts, tier 2, level 2 pricing, all that stuff is on here. And we're below 2 million, and we're just keeping pace. I didn't look at anything I normally look at this morning. I totally was doing rocket scooter and got badly burned. Matthew, I'm going to make a clip about rocket scooter's not always right, buddy. And you picked the one day I was going to not do anything that my brain tells me to do. Of course, he can't, it's not his fault that candle wicked me. That was a crazy deal right there. First time I've experienced that when I'm actually putting in stop losses. You know, I run loose and free. I don't put stop losses in. I just watch the P&L, and I know whatever I see is divided by the number of accounts I'm trading. And that's probably why I got stopped out too on the second one, because I thought I was in 5 accounts. I'll hit the button before I get to my soft breach. And that way I got something left to trade. Then you just change your lots, but it was only trading in 3 accounts. So when I saw it, when it blew through 1200, that was because it was only 3 accounts. It wasn't, that's divided by 3. So anyway, I'm going to take out my soft breach deals in there. I did that so I don't blow the account, but it's only $48, and now this cost me a whole day of trading in 3 accounts. Once you got it in there, you're not allowed to reset but overnight. You can't change your custom settings but overnight. It can't be done during the session. After the close, you could do it. Well, it's not even that. You got to wait until you see your day's trading activities in your account. Then you could change your settings for the next trading day. Otherwise, it ain't really a self limiter anyway, right? You just change some bitch, keep going. All right, look, we got another flat bottom and flat top. You know, I'm tempted to be on the button, so I'm going to change it back over to the actual trading area, and then let's see what we got here. I like it above this area right there. Let me start drawing some trend lines of what I like. Trend line, just want a horizontal line. Right there, move it around. So if we can break above there, or if we break below here, that's a bear flag, or it's a flat bottom or flat top break. A lot of people call it a lot of different things, but you can't deny that we're selling off here. We're in a downtrend. So this is just scalping territory, because otherwise you got to go with a trend, and I can't go with a downtrend. RSI really hadn't got over midways, hadn't got over 0 in a while. Been as low as sold off as low as down to 0. I mean, it hadn't got above 50. 40, 50, 50. Let's see here. I'm on the button. I got it teed up. I'm going to buy it for a scalp and get out quickly if we can get a break. I'm literally on the button. And it looks like we're the advancers and decliners on the book map. We're advancing a little bit more than declining. 36% long bias. It should be it right here. I'm going to just take it. For a quick scalp, $180. All right, so there we go. Everybody, that's going to be the only thing I got to cut out of the video is these trades right here. So I do have some good videos. Just show them what I want to show them, right? So that's a flat top break for $180 times the number of accounts that you might be in, and I'm in 2. So that means on the day's trading, I got $275 in account 1. $275 in account 2. So obviously you would combine them for your day's commish. And that is what you're seeing over here is after the fees. So that's the actual account balance. All right. She's still going. I'm inclined to jump on. This ain't a FOMO. This is going to be trend. So let's just wait and see if we have a trend change. It's called a change in structure, CHOCH, change of structure. We already had it. We're coming back. Change in structure. Not yet. Still in a downturn. He needs to go ways. Pat's going crazy. He must have went in with a bunch. He's yelling, "It ain't over yet. It's not over yet. It's not, buddy. You call this a storm? That's right. That's not a storm. We got to play that one. Come on. I got to do this, right? I got to do that. Terry, that's a good call. We're Lieutenant Dan. You call this a storm? I'll say that to Pat. That is a bounce off the VWAP. He said it. We called it as well. It's an absolute bounce off the VWAP, baby. Bounce off the VWAP, baby. We're an hour and 12 minutes into our recording. It's working like a champ. Let me touch the camera, although it hadn't gone off. Maybe I did something inadvertently to fix it because it certainly is not turning off. I look good too. Boy, look at that. I'm going to do a lot of neat work with OBS. I'm going to put myself in a little fisheye bubble, and then I can move that bubble on top of anything where I want. I watched some neat videos last night on how to customize it, but keep it simple. I don't want to be writing code. And so there's some guys that say, no, this is how we do it for old people. I'm going to put myself in a circle with a little bit of a bubble effect around the edges. And then that's going to be where I can move it, and it will always be on top of everything I'm showing. So I can move myself around. And they say what do we got going on here? Here we go. Look at that sell-off. Did I get out of that? Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy moly. Flat bottom break is coming. I'm scared to take it. I'm scared to take it. I think I'm going to keep my $550. And with all transparency. And I won't cut this into a video. This is just for you, Tim. I'm still down 575, 1400. So I'm still down 900. If you look at all 5 accounts, down 900. Now that's not real money. And the ones I blew, I'm down $48. But you got to look at it that way, because if this hours, we'd be down $900. All right, so we broke it. That would have been a great play, but look, it's already coming back. Wow, so whippy. So whippy, man. What is going on today? Let me go look at the news again. Back. Patrick just pounded the desk. I hadn't seen him do that. He yells and screams a lot, but I hadn't seen him pound the desk. That's all right. That's all right, mama. That's all right with me. That's all right, mama. All right. You call this a storm? Any way you do, that's all right. That's all right, mama. That's all right now, mama. Anything you do. You do. Papa done told me to. You know, to you, and that's all right. And that's all right. That's all right now, mama. Any way you do. Ooh, the owner of TradingFails has dropped $1,000 in Pat's chat. That's nice of him. I'm leaving town tonight. I'm leaving town for sure. That's all right, mama. Nothing to do. We're just watching the charts. Sure is. Holding at the 890s. We don't like holding. It needs to be moving, and you just jump on that trolley, go one way or the other. What do they say? Sometimes you're the stick, sometimes you're the ball.
I thought you were the stick and the ball,
Yeah, that's right. You control both sides of the game.
but I threw the stick and two balls.
That's right. Juicy. This is juicy, juicy, juicy. Let's see here. What is our other stuff doing today? Man, we got out of those options right at the top, huh? Those option play we did on TNA, $1.40 to about $1.70. 1,000 shares, nice pop. And real accounts. Well, they're all real accounts, but there's a difference between a prop account and your own cash, your own margin. All right, we're putting in a flat bottom. Is it going to break down? I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm be scared over here, Terry. I'm going to go back to Elvis. Listen to Elvis makes me more money than trying to trade this crap. My human indicators suck balls today. I want to explain that too. I use these human indicators, meaning people are going to love this. I take transcripts for the last 30 days. I did it for like months, actually, for all these different so-called experts. And then I kind of do my research on I can have AI search through their transcripts and pull out nuggets of information. And then that's how I funnel it down to trades with Matt Whelan, Matt Cowart, Alex TMB with his book map, and then Mike Schwartz. Those are the 5 guys. If you cut through all the minutia, that's bullshit. Cut through all the minutia bullshit from all their live trading transcripts, upload it, and then pick through with AI. Those are the 5 guys that become what I call my 5 human indicators. So human indicators. You know what? I probably cannot use any of that Elvis. So I better turn that off, Terry, because I get a copy strike when I post it. But anyway, that's my 5 human indicators. And so I use the book maps. I use Matt Cowart at Rocket Scooter. I got Pat Whelan. I got Mike Schwartz. I don't have trades with Matt up here today. I sometimes will use either Mike Schwartz or trades with Matt. But trades with Matt's the real deal. And that could be your indicators, and you got to go which one you like. So when I teach people how to trade, it's going to be, you may not like Pat Whelan because he drops an F-bomb every 10 seconds, and he talks about his pecker size, and you have to be able to put up with that if you want to follow along with his mentality in trading. But I have found, and this is one of the first days that hasn't worked, if they're all doing all of their chart analysis and say this thing is going to rip, they generally are right. But then I still look at all of my knowledge and apply it to what they're saying, and I either concur or not concur. You remember DiCaprio in the movie where Tom Hanks was chasing him all over the place, and he was become a doctor, and all he had to do was, do you concur? Yes, I concur. Do you concur? Yes, I concur. And that's my human indicators. I don't know if anyone else is doing that because everyone has such a chip on their shoulder that does this, because you got to be a type A egotistical maniac to throw money around like this and to make money like you make in the markets. And so if they all concur and then I concur, then usually we're pretty good. Your win-loss ratio is enhanced. But you're always going to lose 3 or 4 in every 10 trades if you manage your losses, meaning you don't say it's going to come back like Pat today. He's going to come back. He went on tilt while he was in a trade. It's going to come back. It's going to come back. Doesn't work that way. You know, you got to have a stop loss. You got to get out if it goes against you. Now, there's a pullback and stuff like that you are supposed to have enough gap to allow some of this VIX, some of this volatility. But if it hits a point that you knew when you got in that trade that you should never get to that point, it just means you're wrong and you get out. So if you lose $100 on one trade, but when you're right, you make $200 and you have 7 of those versus 3 losers, you make a lot of money in the markets. There's a lot of people that are great chart readers. They don't mind pulling the buttons, but they always think they're right. And so their losers are bigger than their winners, and they just keep blowing their account, blowing their account, blowing their account. That's the guys who give the money to us. That's how that works. There's somebody on the other side of these trades that thinks they're right. And the more of them that are wrong and they won't admit it, the easier it is to take their money. And we are here to take money from other traders, whether it's banks, hedge funds, or retail people like us. That's what we're here to do, is take their money. Take their money and pay the least commissions, right, Tim? I'm leaving town.
That's right.
I wonder if I get a copy strike with YouTube if I just sing whole songs myself. And my channel would be the Singing Trader, the singing work remote home guy. Probably wouldn't get any follows, huh, Terry? No follows, but I can get Terry's ukulele, and I could even do ukulele and go to town with it. There's nothing right now. I don't even like the flat bottom, flat top, because we're so far below VWAP. I'm gonna mute everybody. Mute yours too, but I'm getting a lot of feedback. I think I'm getting it from my side as well. All right, Matt's clogged back out a few $100 each account. Heat map is going crazy. Let's see what's going crazy with the heat map over here. Just very little nothing. Just a whole lot of red out there. Selling, selling, selling. Here we go. I'm scared to take it. There was your flat bottom breakout. The second ones, I should have moved these down. I was talking. Right there was your break. Here it comes. And there was your flat top break. We did a good one right here. I've already missed it, so I'm not going to FOMO, which is fear of missing out, gives a lot of money back to the markets, because right now it could reverse. When you're scalping, that is, it could do a little reversal. And I needed to do it right when it broke, because we had over here on the heat map, we had, look at this, 12 million shares. The shares is pegged right now, Tim. Look at that, 12 million pegged. So the buyers come right in on this spike down. Yeah, I just seen 12. They were both completely pegged as far over as they could go a minute ago. Crazy. So we might get a hell of a bounce here, but still, we're so far back from VWAP. I don't know. It just looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad. It looks bad. Mute that for me, bud. I can't turn you down. I have to figure out how to do that. I'm only running my speakers at 50%, and then I adjust the sliders in YouTube not to blow the speakers out so I can still hear you. But when your mic is on, I hear you like my speakers are on 100%. It takes the mics on this OBS and pegs them on everything that I hear through yours. So I need to figure out over in Google Meets, how can I turn your volume, your input down to where it's like I do for the YouTube sites, and then it wouldn't be no big deal at all. I could hear you, and I wouldn't get that reverb. I hope that'd be the case. I can't find anything in settings where I could adjust like your audio input to me. So like I can only, if I had 10 people on there and one person has a hot mic, you would think certainly you should be able to turn down the gain for each individual participant. But that's for after trading. That's for after trading. That's for whiskey time, Terry. We'll do that during whiskey 11 o'clock. That's Terry over there. Oh, where are you, Terry? You're not on camera. She's right there. She's the one with the curly hair. She's the one with the curly hair. I like it like that. You should leave it like that. She's going to be teaching the bookkeeping part of this operation. Excuse me, accounting services. We can't say bookkeeping. That's too low rent. Have to cut that out. Who you working on over there today, Kiki? Blinds and Shades. What about the Oyster Company? Just finished the Oyster Company. Okay. You running payroll today, or you running payroll yesterday? Every other week. Well, anybody get payroll today? Well, that's a light day for you. We should go party. What is that? I don't know, man. You don't know. A lot of shares came from somewhere. We had some institutional stuff. So if you,
like a slot machine.
it does, doesn't it? So to just give this, here we are with these different things on here. I'm going to take out the modified X logo. We don't need that. I'll take out the line range. I ain't taking them out. I'm just remove them for a second. Here they come. It's a sell. There's another flat bottom break right here that I'm inclined to take it. How many times it's going to work though? Look at these flat bottom breaks. There's one flat bottom break, two flat bottom break. This one just kept running. This is a third flat bottom break. So I mean, there's been no flat top breaks, none. The tops have remained relatively flat, and the only plays have been to the downside. And so you could do this by setting up in your TradeAvate. You can set your orders up like here for a buy, here for a sell. And I got it too far away, but you could put these, straddle them around where your flats are, and then it'll trigger. And then if you have your setup to say, just give me 2 points, it'll buy when it breaks it and sell on what's called TP, or take profit. And then that makes it real easy. That's how I normally scalp. But today I wanted to do rocket scooter stuff because everything in his world was like the best it could possibly be. And that means over here on rocket scooter, this morning we were like 69 on the doomsday DD bands, and we had positive res. Now we still got low res, and the res is getting worse. So that means the market has deteriorated just slightly, as we're seeing the candlesticks that Matt doesn't use. I put these candlesticks and this VWAP line over his maps. He just likes to use the ticks on a 1 minute, and it looks more like this because it's not in real time. He uses these. He don't really read candlesticks, and it's not used for anything other than to see where the bottoms are for a stop loss. But I like to put the ashes on so I can see what somewhat appears to be traditional candles. So I don't have those gaps. I can visually see it. But we lost the bottom of the DD band. There's really, based on his program, there's nothing. If we get to this bear zone here, then the market is, based on a liquidity standpoint, has nothing to hold it. It has to get to other levels before the buyers will come back in. And obviously that means institutional buyers, hedge funds, and the all-important options, because that's how you predict future volume. Can only be predicted by the future options market, puts calls, right? Because every indicator we got from every trading platform is only telling you where the volume was, what it did as of the close of the last candle on the given time frame you're checking. So Matt's program predicts volume, where people are waiting to buy based on options, which I'll give his nickel overview. If you got 1,000 people waiting to buy one contract of a stock at $32, and the stock is trading at 29, and you got hardly anybody buying any calls during that range, you have to wait for the underlying market to organically get there. And then when those call options trigger, then that usually creates volume in the futures market. And it goes for shorts, it's the opposite way. Hope I explained that right. I'll replay it to myself later. Checking the OBS, still recording 1 hour and 30 minutes. Touching my screen because I got a problem with it timing out in the firmware. I'll get that fixed. Go ahead and print something, dear. You're about to hear the music my wife likes to play on the printer. It sounds like Screech. What did we do? Flat bottom? No, we just did I'm take that out. We just had a flat top break, but do we trust it? Because every little bounce has been rejected and sold back off. So I'm looking for a traditional short coming up. The trend today is down. It's at 9:58 Central, so it's 10:58. It's 11 o'clock. We've got about a minute and 15 seconds till 11 o'clock. Usually volume comes in there, and we can see what we're going to do. Leaving town tonight. That's all right. I'm going to have to find a way to timestamp this stuff because I've done a lot of little sermons in here I can break down to short videos. I guess I'll have to watch it back and I'll timestamp it, do some jump cuts. Yeah, see, it get to 20. We got up, Tim, that 25, man. So when they both cross over is a time for your spidey tenses to get on there. So that's a 5-period moving average on the green, 10-period moving average on the red. When they cross over, you can start saying, okay, this is getting interesting. But they really got to move past that 25-period moving average. I used to have it at 40. I changed it to 25 because there was a lot of meat missing in there. I mean, there's a lot of price action gains or losses, depending on which way it's going, that I could have taken advantage of, but I was waiting on it to get to the 40-period moving average. 25-period moving average seems to have more gusto when using less than a 2-minute chart. This is a 45-second chart, clearly rolling over. Not into tech support right now, Terry. Sorry about that. Is it on and have paper? The light's flashing like it's trying to print. I'll cut that out. Man, I missed another one. Look at that. So it did do it again. That's 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th flat bottom break since we opened an hour and 30 minutes ago. That would have been a nice few $100 scalp. I would have taken that one if I wasn't talking into this mic. I'll have to get used to doing all this one time. Because look how far we're below VWAP. Oh, man, here it goes. Let's just paper trade it since we're here. Let's just go ahead and paper trade it. What we're going to do is paper trade in TradingView. We're going to sell it. And then we're going to just go ahead and flatten it at 2,500. What did I get there? $1,000 loss. I had slippage, so we'll come back in that. We'll get it. Let's see if we get it balanced. Now, you would expect this to retrace because this is going to be a gap down. If you listen to ICT, which I don't, but this would be considered a fair value gap. And so we should get it bounced back up in there. And we have every time. So we had this big candle, look, it filled that gap. Had this candle, filled that gap, and then some. This candle should fill. So we'll take a long in a second. We'll take a long right now. We'll take another long and average with DCA in. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. I'll take it. Oh, I might have hit the wrong button there. I'll go look in a second. Let's just get some volume. Let's get some volume. Let's get some volume. Yeah. A lot of network. I'm going to go ahead and average in here, flatten out, because I got to make up a little loss I got there. $6,000. So we're up 477,000 in our paper account in the month of June. That was 2 quick losses, but that was an error on me. I think I hit a short sell on this one, and by the time I hit flatten, it was already going the other way. This one was slippage. I saw 3,000. Paper account does have a lot of slippage here and there. I thought it was my internet, but it's not. Once you get connected to a regular broker, you don't have that. I mean, occasionally you have it very small, but the paper account, they don't care about people on paper accounts. That's another reason why I encourage everyone, and I'm going to go against the grain here. You don't make any money if you go with the grain. I'm going to go against the grain. I advise everyone to buy the most cheapest prop account you can stand once, after about a week of learning the video game aspect and what everything means, maybe a month. But you can't get in that paper trading habit. Like right there, I DCA'd a dollar cost average. And so when it goes against you in paper trading, because you have a huge accounts, you can just keep buying as it goes down. You find the bottom that way, and that's called DCA. That's not allowed in a lot of prop firms, especially the cheaper ones. And because they kind of designed for it to be very, very difficult for you to pass, so that if you do pass, then the prop firm will make money because you've proven yourself as an accomplished trader. And there's literally thousands of videos out there on how to work that system. And of course, going to a funded account is the best way, but it's significantly more money for beginners. And you will blow these accounts while you're learning the video game aspects of this. He's down. Everybody's down. Matt has clawed back a little bit. Matt Cowart, Rocket Scooters clawed back some. Pat is selling. He's on his I'm selling prop accounts page. Or he's showing some of his payouts or something. No, he's showing prop accounts sales page. What is Mike Schwartz doing? I hadn't listened to him today. He is just watching. What do we got? News. We got some news coming, don't we? We've got some news coming. Let's see here. Calendar, news. Just oil rig count, total rigs count, Fed balance sheet. That does not till later. Everything's none of it's high impact. This little indicators here, just as trading view. There's a lot of ways to do it. Selling's not high impact. So you don't want to be in trades if you can help it on anything that has significant impact, like the Fed daily speech things and stuff like that. S&P Global Manufacturing PMI. PMI is a big one. That's next week or Sunday, whatever. Monday. Volume's down to nothing. Well, let's see here. Any way you do, and that's all right. And that's all right. That's all right. Let's see here. What are we looking at? We ripped, and I missed it. Did a 1 minute rip. It's another one of these little waves. Everything works in waves. Clear downtrend on big time frame. If I switch to 5 minute candles, I could just see it. Most people can. Just if you're on a 1 minute candle, you're trying to see the moves earlier to get an idea of what might happen. This 25 EMA period has been holding. It's only even barely breached it once since it crossed over it. And so right here, for you people that would be trading your own money, we probably would have threw one contract here short, and then you wouldn't have had any reasons to get out all day. The VWAP bounce would have scared all of us. And so that probably this candle's in here. When this candle closed above the VWAP, we probably would have closed position. But that is one hellacious run right there. That's thousands of dollars with just one contract. So one $500 investment would have been tenfold. You can calculate it. 22 would have got in around here. 20,093, and stop loss would have been that closing candle would have closed right there. 942 to 093. What is that, Terry? 942 minus 093. 125 points or so. Yeah. No. So consider it to be the other way. 942 minus 93. Yeah. No, it goes the other way. I'm sorry. Listen to me. Do this. 22093 minus 21931. 162 point run, and that's if the VWAP would have shaken you out. Okay, but it's still if you was a moving average person like I am, and you didn't have like I like to trade two lots if anything I trade. That way I could have taken one off when this scared me and let one run, but I've been well in the money. But I might have still, as soon as it touched the 25 line, I probably would have sold there, and that one would have still made a bunch of money. But if I, maybe if I had one more trend line, that's a 30 period trend line. It is all the kind of things you can do hindsight. But needless to say, this was a great drop right here all the way through VWAP, and still is. So I think that this is just more of this wave. We should get some kind of a bounce. Market likes to go up. It doesn't like to go down. The shorts are a lot scarier to be in than anything long. But to right now, the flat bottom breaks is working like a champ. I didn't take all of them. If I did, I'd be up $1,000 at those accounts. Got a little stingy this morning with that $1,400 loss. And that's between all the accounts, divided between them. But still, everybody was long biased. That's why I probably should have said, it ain't going up. It started out good. This is where it started out good. And then this wick right here got a lot of us. And then that was diabolical because it was inside that candle. Anyway, there's your rollover. Green over red, green over blue, red over blue, and that's it. That area right there is a powerful suggestion to a down run, running that from here to the VWAP. And a lot of people went long. The reason you had this pop, you had a lot of retail traders thinking the VWAP would hold, and then a lot more people thought red over green. Everybody's watching their own version, moving averages, and so that's why this was a little bit extended and had a little bit more rise to it, but it was to be not. Here we go again, though. I'm going to want this thing to break out. I might take a little run from here to here. What does Ashy say? Ashy gave us a clear buy signal. No, it didn't either. So on your Ashies, you can't have any ticks below. That's got a wick below. That's not a doji, but yeah, it's kind of a doji, fat doji. But you got a tick below. This candle here on 1 minute is the first candle with no bottom tick. So let's see if we can get and hold for a 1 minute close. We got 4 seconds to close. We're getting volume. Let's look over on the Geiger counter. Volume's even, 3 million to 3 million, basically. If you look where I got my mouse circulating right over there, make sure we're still recording. We are still recording. I don't know how much how much space this is taking. We're going to touch the deal. Oh, you guys I got on the TV back there? I'm also listening to Dune Awakening full walkthrough, 3-hour video. It's an awesome MMO. That's game terms, Tim. Sorry. Well, shoot. Tim's riding with me on the desk today. You just made history there, Tim. I was in the first videos ever made. Okay, I'm liking it. Are they faking me out, or are we going to get a nice pop? I'm going to get over here and be on the button for a long, just two in each account. I'm watching the Geiger counter. There's nothing to get crazy about right now. Oh, great. Cutting the grass out there. Nothing to get crazy about because the buying and selling is met. Equal volume. If you look at the heat map over here, we got equal volume. We're on the NQ. NASDAQ 100. This is the NQ, which is this ticker. NQ. November, Quebec is the ticker for the NASDAQ futures, which is what we are, futures traders. That's what we are when we're trading futures anyway. So if we get a green spike to the upside, it will be corresponding with the sound. Alex sets this up to be with sound. I'm confirming that it's 11:20. It's 11:12. That's what time I got. Hour off because I'm central. Everything is lined up. We've got no delays. So if we get some heavy volume sounding, it's going to be the first time. But look, even the 15 MA, which I use on this chart, has only been breached once. And then it was a pretty good sell-off. So let's just see what we got. We're going to go back over here to the Ashy. Ashy is clean. You could have taken it right there for these 3-4 candles run. But I'd still want to be more convinced because we're in a downtrend today. Now, bigger picture, you look at bigger picture, that means you go into the daily charts. We're in a clear uptrend. So you don't want to fight the trend. So on the dailies, we've been in an uptrend since April the 25th. Solid uptrend. And the 25 EMA on the daily charts, these are all one-day candles. And we're trading inside of this one-day candle. So putting in a spinning top right now. So the news will drive it up and down intraday during a daily candle and even during a monthly candle. But the greater market on the daily is an uptrend. Okay, so you can't, that's why on the shorts, you got to get in and out because you never know when the uptrend wants to continue. The powers to be want to see all-time highs, and that means President Trump wants to see all-time highs. So I'm sure that he will manipulate the news without manipulating the news. He's not going to let us not see an all-time high. I have a feeling it's going to culminate around the time we start seeing political ads for midterms. We're going to see all-time highs. Here we go. Let's take it. Let's take it, and let's get out with a quick $85. Flat top break, $85. So 304 on each account today. 6 trades. Average trade winning $65. So all you got to do, 6 times 65, and then you apply that to your accounts. Now look, I left money on the table, but twice today trying to let the stocks run, I have been stopped out with a big wick. So I'm going to scalp. I'm doing what's called micro-scalping. When I see it hit $100 in profit, that means per account. Right now I'm trading these accounts, okay? Then you multiply that. And the reason you do that, the methodology behind that, people say, oh, all the fees. You don't worry about the fees. You worry about what hit me today. If you got one account, you either got to hit it hard with a lot of contracts to make the kind of profit targets that you've set for yourself, or you could trade in multiple. When I say that, I mean how far it moves. So in multiple accounts, if you get a 5-point move and you got 5 accounts, that's like a single account having to wait for 25 points. And that needs to be explained to a lot of people. Everyone needs to start right out trading multiple accounts, in my opinion. That also goes against the grain. People won't tell you that. But the people that don't tell you that are the people that sell prop accounts, or they're affiliates for prop accounts. And that's all of them. That's how they make the most of their money. Pat makes $100,000 a week selling affiliate contracts, or $50,000. He makes a lot of money on affiliates. And so buying them and reloading them and all that, that's a part of their business model. And so I wouldn't say they don't want people to be successful, but it behooves them for you to not be successful. And so you got to figure out ways around it that suits you and your trading style. And I think that if you look at Alpine Trader, which is an excellent trader, and I don't watch him because his show puts me to sleep. You know, I'm fall down on my microphone. And so I can't, but he's a good guy. He has his hat round backwards. His channel name is Alpine Trader. Like, for instance, right now we had that one little flat top break. I took it, and I was a little late getting to it, and I put 2 contracts in 2 accounts, and then I made, $180. So, and now it's already flat, and it's gone. Now, if you had one account, and you had a TP, which is a take profit, they're going to teach you about you take profits. When I start releasing my videos, it's going to be way different than everyone else, because I have a feeling they set their profit target margins at places they know is almost impossible to get to, because they want you to bust your accounts and reload. And every time you reload, they get paid a commission. So I'm going to dive into all that, try not to make any enemies out there, but I think I got a way that is a little bit better. It's take profit, see profit mentality, but do it over a large number of accounts. So if you have one lose 100, yes, that's 500 over 5 accounts. But if you had one account and you was trying to hit a take profit at 25 points, and that goes against you 10 points, you blow your whole account. You got to reload. You're out of money. So anyway, that's a strategy without going into it in too great a detail. I'm leaving town and I'm on. Judy. Where's Judy, Terry? Met her on a Tuesday and my heart stood still. I do run. Okay, Rocket Scooter is having the giveaway for a funded account. I can't wait to send traffic there from when we're streaming. And then that way, Matt will go, Jim has sent his traffic here for our giveaway. We'll get the reverse marketing. I'll put the marketing hat on. They don't know the P.T. Barnum that we could be, Tim. They'll think we're trying to help them while we're scabbing all of their... Let me put a pause in this so I know where it is. Pause. Scabbing their followers. Mine will just be easy. We don't have any giveaways, but we talk bad about the people y'all like. So come on over and watch with us.
I guess I'm gonna go see if I can win me an account.
Yes, I'm there too.
What do I have to do? Put ETF?
Yeah, ETF in there.
He's got his ninja hat on, huh?
Yep, he's doing that's Cobra Kai. He's a big Cobra Kai fan. He's the Cobra Kai. Karate Kid. He's in the Cobra Kai dojo. All right, so it kept going. I shouldn't have got out. Over here on the TradingVails maps where I execute trades, it's real easy to see that we flatline. This is a 15 period EMA, and I just use different things. And this is relative strength. So relative strength can just keep going. You don't have to. The green and red lines show when something quote unquote overbought, and the red is when something's oversold. But if you look, we went past oversold many times today. We've not gone past overbought. This is the first time. So we could crash really good here, at least back to the 15 EMA. So I'm going to wait for these flat bottom setups to occur because they're working almost every time, and that's a good thing to do in a choppy market but's trending down, or a choppy market meaning real wide because your VIX going up like that. This was a good one, but it ain't a flat bottom break. This is just a pullback probably to that EMA. And it's not a flat bottom break. So it could have no momentum. It could be this one candle could close back into green. Very dangerous. This would be gambling if you try to trade that short. This had a heck of a run. And so higher lows, each time higher lows, kind of skipped around here and there. But if we switch it to a different time frame, that would be higher lows on every candle probably. And so change your letters. They're still going. Yeah, you're trolling. No, you can't tell us what to do. He does have a very friendly community there. I enjoyed the Discord and just the banter. He's a real deal. Pat obviously is in it for the money, but man, he has that 5 minute break, 15 minute break. He's got some setups that go, and he is not afraid to throw the wood to it. And that is good to help people get over their fears of losing. We got to focus. They're all just and jiving over there. All right. I'm listening to him, but the Geiger counter is doing something too. All right, look, we're rolling back over. It looks like we're rolling back over. This was a pretty good run. All the MAs have crossed, but I would like to see it kiss the VWAP. So this just could be a pullback for this run, or this could be a little bit bigger wave than his previous wave over. But this time we clearly crossed over the 25 EMA. So I'm kind of worried about it. I need it to go sideways for me to jump in. I need it to go sideways or make a clear bounce off that 25. If we now that we're above the 25 EMA, this becomes support. It was resistance all morning. It was resistance, weak resistance, and then now it's through with volume. First time in a while we had any volume. This little puny volume here That puny volume here, Tim, was just a little fake out. That was that, but that was a big 125 period moving average. But here with volume, we've crossed it. So, man, I would like to have pulled all the way back to it and had a test and went on up. We got buyers and sellers over here equal. 1 million more buyers than sellers here. We're developing a little sideways action. Let's see. 5-period moving average crossing over the 10-period moving average, both floating over the 25-period moving average, but this whole group is still trading underneath VWAP, which is massive pressure, VWAP. Value weighted average price, VWAP. Volume, excuse me, I say value. Volume weighted average price. Some people only trade with this. If you look over here at Pat, if he's got his screen up, where's Pat? That's Mike. Here's Pat. So there it is. This gray line is his VWAP. He's a VWAP believer, and he uses.
I don't see a screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm talking to my feed too. He's see over here. He's using VWAP. He also uses the pivot points. That's what these numbers are. The pivot points from the Lux Algo, which is a free indicator. And then he's using the 2-period moving averages. I think he uses 9 and 15. Yeah, I think he uses 9 and 15. He may use 9 and 21, just the standard deviations. I use 5, 10, 25. 5, 10, 25, my back testing tells me that I got a pretty good range and I can fairly predict with 70% accuracy breakouts. And as you can see today, after the morning trade, which was still only one loser, it just went too far. That's my fault having made a mistake on the chart. I'll put that in a video. I was trading on ES and literally executed my trades on NQ, but I was watching the charts on ES and I didn't catch it because I thought about doing that and I had that trouble I explained earlier. So video game part of this is real for sure. Pat's back up 10 grand on the day. He threw some big numbers at it to get back up there.
And I can hear Pat whistling.
Yeah, he was froze. I didn't realize it. I was not on his screen, and he was froze. So he thinks we're forming a little bit of a bull flag, which we are, but it's already broke it. So let's just see. We got a top. Let's draw some lines over here. You know, above that line right there, I might be interested in a run to VWAP, so long as on our book maps we get some volume. Well, certainly the advancers and decliners overall, with what is sitting in the book waiting to be filled, is favoring an upside swing here. But the volume's super low. What time is it? 10:27. So I'm past my time that I trade. Now I'm only going to be trading I'm going to just trade paper from now on. Let's just book what we got. Let me show it over here. 50,000, so 304,000, $304 in both accounts. And then the other accounts are gone. So 3, 4, and 5 accounts, I will need to reload $48 a piece. Way these work, funded accounts, every 10 days, whatever you make over your buffer, you can take out 90% of it. So that's it in a nutshell. There's all other kind of rules and restrictions, but if you're thinking about how do I actually make the money, you got to buy yourself a funded account, which is called straight to funded, like Tradeifys and ETFs. And then they give you the days you got to trade and how much money you need to make. They retain a buffer, which helps you because it gives you more for your stop loss, your drawdown, gives you more for stops. And then what's above that, they take a 90-10 split. That's how that works. I'm going to leave it up. Put it back, count 1. Only 6 trades. You can go down here. No losing trades. Max drawdown was 28.80, which is nothing. I did very fast scalps after being stung in the morning. So lost 2 accounts. I'm trading 5 accounts. I lost 3 accounts. 2 accounts are going full. I'll reset the other ones and add them back to the mix and then start over. When you blow your account, it simply blows that 10-day period that you've been working on. And so when you're working on that 10-day period over in your Tradify account, which is what I'm trading now, I use all of them, but I try to gravitate to whoever has the best specials and the easiest to pass to get your funding. If you log into Tradify here, let me show you this, Tim and everybody. But you'll get your, like when you start, 7 days, how much profit is in there, and it closes out at each night. So when you restart, then you restart your numbers. Okay. See, we had a double top. That's why I drew this line here. Tim, did it quit? Did it quit? It quit, it quit, it quit, it quit, it quit. Because when you, I'm coming. When you close the screen you share and it closes the whole damn thing. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, look right here. We had that double top. See, Tim? Top, double top, and let's see if it's going to drop. I'm going to be interested if it breaks above this with any Geiger counter. And right now, Geiger counter's doing okay. Top right, advances, decliners. Pat, if the girl doesn't look as good as your car going to dinner, you get another girl. I get it. He's 32 years old, makes $6 million a year, lives life with his hair on fire. That's the way he rolls. All right, here we go. We're growing above it. Man, I'm so tempted. Do I want to give some of this money back? Don't trust it. Let's see if we can get a pullback first. Back into this candle. Let's wait and see how the next one opens. You see what I mean? It did peg it, but it ain't really with force. That VWAP's powerful. I'm going to just have to wait. I'm going to wait for the VWAP. Next candle did open above it, so that would have been a clear play, but you'd had to get out really fast right there. Nah. I don't know. No. See, short-lived. Nice little candle, but let's see what this next one does. Pat's up 10 grand, but you never know what's happening when way they switch around accounts. And I gotta go pee. That's another thing I like these guys do. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. And then their screen goes to a different screen. Then they come back for peeing, and then a few minutes later, everything's, I won. Look at this. Grain of salt. Trust but verify. Do your own thing. This is not easy, but that would have been a good play. Look, we got good momentum. Higher lows, so we should have been in this. Let's now wait and see if what it does at the VWAP. I will definitely take a VWAP break. No doubt about that. I'll take a VWAP break. So we didn't quite get to the 25 on EMA. It held, so this run has been a hell of a run back here. We took some money out right in here, but we could still be in it. This is the trade I wanted this morning, to stay in it. And I tried to stay in it. Tim, you was there with me. Hundreds of dollars of profit. Watch it evaporate in front of me. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that again with that many lots. I think I'm going to always pare some down, leave a runner, move my stop up to break even, and then, you know, today it would have stopped out either way, but I wouldn't have lost the money. Okay, here we go. This should be it. Let's look at our rocket scooter. We was in the bear zone. We're coming on top of the bear zone here. Over here, Tim, we're just moving outside of the bear zone to run to the bottom of that DD band. This is all liquidity here to the upside, quote unquote, based on the system. Let's check our OBS. Recording strong, 2 hour and 7 minute video. Probably a blank screen. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
You know, I was trying to buy some T22Q at 72.62, but I didn't get the fill. Because I think it's going to go back to VWAP good.
Has to, right? It's a magnet. The VWAP is a magnet. All right. Hit your mute, bud.
Missed it. Oh, well.
That would have been a good one. You're right.
I'm going to still get in. I could, looks like I could get in at 73.
Let's just see if VWAP holds, though. This might be our thing.
I'm getting a red candle, so it may come back to me. No, that didn't work.
For the video's sake, there it is. So I missed it. I was looking away. I did not have my order in. It still may give it to us. Let's let VWAP become support first, and then we're gonna throw a dart here with some big numbers. Oh, do we want to do that leading into lunch? 11:36 New York City time. Right now, this candle's body is still below VWAP. So the wick might have been to wick. That might have been to wick people who have their orders there, and now we go down. So that's the human side of this you got to be wary of. But I always, on that first candle breach, get in and out on green, right, immediately. Oh, look, we did open above VWAP. So we opened above VWAP. Let's go ahead and... Okay, I did not get a fill. What's going on here? Oh, it did not give it to me on the ask because it's moving too fast. The ask is moving too fast. Let's see here. Mute that mic for me, bud. All right, let's see here.
Well, I think at lunch I'm going to go work on the race car.
Oh, you got some race car work to do?
I do got some race car work to do. So.
Nice. 52 seconds for this candle to close here on the 1 minute. Man, I just don't trust it. Tempted to take it. I want to take it big. Might have missed it. Yeah, let me show you this screenshot of Matt if he doesn't take it away. Matt, well, you can see it. No, you can't because I'm not sharing. Yeah, I'm sharing it. What I'm talking about. Look, I'll share it. Look at Matt. He's got $3,100 loser, a $3,200 loser, and a $1,500 loser. So he's still red on the day. Red on the day. Do we trade it away, Terry, or do we book it? It's okay.
Order filled. Order filled.
Bam. All right. That's good. Took out another little bit on that VWAP pop. 475 on the day. Trying to recover. These accounts are looking good. 382 in each account. The gross is after those losses. These accounts have the 382 each. Still going though. So look at that, Tim. The break of the VWAP, the close of the first candle above it. Put your money in and let her run. Ashi looks good. There's no reason it can't just run. Well, I don't like that. Sorry there, Skip. So I was doing a full scan of everything. I don't like that. Here she's coming back. Lost the 5 moving period average. Touching off the VWAP. I'm going to set up a short here. I'm setting up a short here. Okay. We need to get the VWAP on the Trader Vate. I just thought about that. That would be beneficial. I'll find that. I think that's all she's got. I think that this is exhausted. Been running from 1010, 1043, 33 minutes of a run. Bouncing off to 10, so 10 might hold. Volume's equal, though. I don't like to take these scalps unless I've got a clear volume advantage one way or the other, up or down. I don't care. But this is a mini uptrend on the 1 minute candles, and so I'm okay to take a long. Okay to take a long here. But we got no momentum. If you look over here on the heat map, look at our volume, advancers, decliners. Only 5%. Net long on the NASDAQ. Now 2%. So the NASDAQ's net long is, here on the main screen is dropping. Down to 2%, 1%. See if we go negative. All right, we might be setting up another flat. Look at that 15-period EMA held up like a champ. Let's see here. Let's go to the indicators. No, don't want volume, people. I want the VWAP. Where are you? Where are you? Maybe I don't have it on here because they don't have it in this package. Who did? Have to install it. That's weird. There it is. All right, I got it now. Okay, let's see what we got here. We're installing a few different ones. Where are they at? Fixing to have that break. What are they going to do here? Creating a flat bottom. There's another big red candle. So we are here. We are here. Move that into appropriate spot. There you go. Anywhere outside of that range, and I'll be on the button so long as over here it has corresponding volume for that direction. And I mean significant deficit. 2 to 1. So 2 to 1, even 3 to 1. 3 million up versus 1 million down, vice versa. Right now, we're creating a little channel. Flat top, flat bottom-ish. Basically a channel. I'm going to do market on this. I can get in and out cleaner. Let's see what she's going to do. We're starting to get some ticking coming. It's going to the sell side. I'm waiting for it. There it is. All right, could be underwater on this one. Who knows? We're going to see what happens. I'm giving it back, it looks like now. Where is this stuff at? Oh, Pat quit. Somebody else came on over there. Somebody else came on over there. Broke that bottom, not with any force now. Volume went away, so it did not get that. Did not get what I think we wanted, so I might have to take a haircut here on the button if I see anything green, or if it breaks the top of that channel. That's my stop losses. Any break of the top of that channel would be make me wrong. But you hope to keep going there. Generally, it does, percentage-wise. I might have should have waited for it to break it with gusto because we are at lunch for the New York boys. Now we wait. We're in the trade.
She had her bank statement overstated by $40,000 because she received, the man received a deposit and then electronically received a deposit.
Holy moly. That's not fun. She's not going to like hearing that.
No, she already knew that she just didn't know what she did wrong. She knew it was off.
So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put in a buy. Not looking good, boys and girls. We might blow these accounts here. Let's see. Open P&L, negative a few hundred, never 600, so divided by the accounts there. Still in this channel, staying with it. I'm on the button to liquidate though, if we get above this channel. Channel's marked on there. It's right there. There's the channel. I'll mark it again. I thought it was marked right there. That's my stop loss. All I got to do is get back and touch a VWAP, make a pretty good lick. Here it comes. Come on down there, baby. Bring it to daddy. Come to sellers. Watching it to the correct way. Let's see what happens here. There we go.
Order filled.
All right. So that was sorry, Tim. I've been talking through it. You're not on there with me. Are you still here? Race car working.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was talking it through for you, and I didn't realize I wasn't on where I was making the trade. So I just did that flat bottom break, and I had to ride through a couple candles, but now we got momentum, and I took out another, I don't know, pushes the $220 per account. Hit that when it said 340, and I guess, well, that's after commissions, I guess, but I got that was my largest winning trades, 150 each account. So that's how it works, guys. It's flat top and bottoms. Works real well because you've got a defined stop. And I set my lots to 400, so my stop loss would be $500. And that's what my threshold is. If yours is only $50, then you would have to wait until they were more consolidated. And it would be more consolidated if the VIX was down. Let me show you what I mean. Over here on the primary chart, you're going to always want to watch your VIX. We're right at the $20 mark. 1997. So when that gets below 18, then these would be even more flat. Look at her go. Full break of the VWAP. Huh, Tim? A full break of the VWAP. That would have been up to 1,500, 2,000. But if you know you're doing micro scalping, then you have to stick to your strategy, and that is see green, take green. Let's just see what we got over here. Oh, Matt is frozen. I wonder if I'm getting some issues today. Nope, it's still recording 2 hours and 24 minutes. That's about how much I'm going to do each day. I touched the camera, but I mean, I've gone 30 minutes without, and it hadn't been cutting off at all. You know why it's not cutting off? Probably because I'm connected and recording via it as opposed to it just sitting there idle. That might be what it is. I'll have to investigate that. Now we wait, especially since it's lunch. And we wait for another opportunity. And again, I'm only going to do those flat top, flat bottom with high volume spikes from the sound over here on the Geiger counter. That's the only trades I'm going to take. And that's all we've done today. Let's go back over there and look at that success today. There it is. There's another one right now, but I'm not going to take it because this could reverse. The further one goes sideways, the more force it has for a second to go one way or the other. And so like right now, it's just telling this, I'm not going to trade it because look here, we got 8 trades, 8 winners for $625. It's real easy. If you followed anyone, they got to show you everything. Losing trades is at the bottom. Winning trades versus losing trades, all green, baby. No losing trades since I blew the accounts this morning. All right, I'm gonna mute Matt because he's already, I guess they already give it away, right? He's now into his prop firm selling part of his deal. Pat is done. Pat has left the building. Pat has left the building. Heading to Hawaii at the end of the month, Pat is. I got him up. He's ready for Monday. Let's move Mike up to the front. We'll turn Mike's back on. Mike is at lunch. So we'll do this. Let's see the news. Anything up and going? Let's go to the futures here. About news. What's anything big? Financial system resilient despite uncertainty. The Fed is saying financial system is resilient despite uncertainty. Look at that BS. They ruined the markets day before yesterday. Major crash. Run everyone stops that had longs. And because they said it looks bad. Inflation looks bad. So bad. It's so bad. Day and a half later, the market looks resilient, and we might drop the rates in July. You know what happened? Trump says he's the worst chief we've ever had. Can I nominate myself for this job? And then he comes out and says, oh, you know, it ain't that bad. Ain't that bad.
Hey,
He's,
Jim, I just got a question on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you see me on screen?
Let me see where I got you. I do. You're in the spaceship.
Yeah, no, I was trying to get my daughter to prank you, but she picked it out at the last minute. I was like, I just grew my hair a little bit longer.
Well, say hello to her for me.
Yeah.
Tell her I've been letting mine grow out a long time. You dead inspired me.
Yeah, you missed it. Oh, it probably recorded though, so you can go back and look at it.
Well, I have you scooted off the screen because so I'll have no place to put you, but I don't want to close it, so I scoot it down, or I just see the top of your head.
Nice.
Should have stayed in that short, but I'm sticking to what the lady that brought me to the dance. I sure like to get this to 51,000, make another 500. There's no volume now. We're certainly lunchtime. Probably time for a break, and I'll turn this recording off and mess around with it. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Stop.